Don't know where to put it. Okay. I have a little message for the chosen ones. There is like a part of the journey when you are the chosen one. It's a very narrow path, and you're gonna be chipping through a lot of stuff that you will not like to chip through. The loneliness is there for you to deepen up your personal relationship with God. With the chosen ones are usually those who are chosen to do some sort of God's work, as they say. You can call it the star seeds are the chosen ones too, right? But there are a lot of differences between the star seeds. I would say that is probably as well you can narrow down the chosen one from the star seeds. Not sure. Most likely. There is a lot of star seeds that are like retired because they have enough. The loneliness is there for you to strengthen the relationship with God, with the source, with the universe itself. And what that means is that you're gonna be chosen to walk a very narrow path. You're gonna be eager to share your experiences that you have with the divine. Once this is open and you are connected to the source, you're gonna be the hot deal in the field. And there is gonna be a lot of entities that are gonna come to scramble you. There are forces that are gonna be trying to drag you down and like sabotage the God's plan. And those who are not chosen ones will not necessarily understand it. The path of the chosen one is always very unique, and that's why when you're gonna be sharing with someone your connection you have with source, there is gonna be a timing to it. You have to be very diligent with who you share information, your wisdom, everything what is being done by the God or by your when you get a lot of synchronicities, when you see all the magic happening in your life, you have to be very diligent with who you are sharing that, because a lot of people who are not the chosen ones will not necessarily understand the demand that is gonna be placed on you, the path that it gets really narrow, that you're gonna be, let's say, chipping through poverty. You're gonna be asked to deal with certain energetics that, let's say, family lineage didn't dealt with. You're gonna be asked to do so. There is gonna be a long periods of loneliness. You're gonna lose people in your life to such an extent that you're gonna be completely on your own. And that, when you reach that point, that's exactly the point when you are gonna be asked to strengthen up the relationship you have with your higher self, with source, with universe, with God itself, so you can actually brought the gifts in the right timing. You're gonna be frozen as well. Sometimes you're gonna be dealing with entities. I think they call it a spiritual warfare. Those opposite forces are gonna be always trying to drag you down, trying to prevent that from happening. So you're gonna be the hot deal as well. You'll be walking as a hot meat in the field. So you have to be very diligent with who you share, because that's what I got into the troubles, to sharing myself too openly with people who are not supposed to share myself with. First of all, they are not there even by the consciousness. and because I'm so bubbly and like blah, blah. So I got myself really into troubles on that level. So when you are in that spot, when you're completely lonely, like the loneliness is really gonna be like on you. It's really difficult. It's the last stage of the spiritual awakening. It's like you will have to absolutely trust the gods working for you, or the higher self working for you, or the source working for you. And I mean, talking about the people who are aware of they have an open crown chakra, okay? About those people. I am not talking about spiritual awakening and Kundalini awakening are, let's say, two different things. And I'm seeing people sharing their Kundalini awakening experiences really immaturely, a little bit too early. And when you do it, the same like I did, you're gonna start dealing with a spiritual ego. You get into that point, because you didn't come here, if you had a Kundalini awakening, you didn't come here to work in a 9 to 5. And not necessarily everything is gonna work for you. So you will have to spend a time, commute or commune and communicate with the divine on daily basis, on a regular basis, like really like strengthen up those faculties. The tests are gonna be crazy and it's not gonna be pretty. So the loneliness is there for you to establish deeper trust with yourself and what is being like asked of you. Just that you know about as like a one part of the loneliness, that you can get over the sadness of losing everyone and having it difficult by understanding the reason why is it there. It needs to be there, because only when you are there like completely lonely, and I mean, it's loneliness is like one of the biggest disease on the planet, and I'm telling you that it's good for you, right? That's those paradox. You're gonna be maybe challenged to such an extent that you release the control, because that's what you're doing. We are doubting, we are pushing, we want to manifest, we want this, we want our things going this way, right? But if you're the chosen one, you would have to start to listen. And there is a time right now when we are all being challenged on going through the greatest patience of all times. Like globally, like the collective energy. So the chosen ones are gonna be called now to actually listen, because there's a time when the power of like sharing, because we are working a lot with the throat chakra this year, specifically this year. And even if you have a Kundalini awakening, believe me, the throat chakra is not something you mastered yet. That's something that's ongoing, and it's gonna take years to do so. So at the moment we are in this like a period of like one of the greatest patience that you ever can have, and waiting when the universe reorganizes the things for you in the field as well, because it's all energetics. The physical reality is gonna catch up later, so you have to be diligent with your thoughts. That's like a number one thing for December, specifically if you've chosen one. This is gonna be something you're gonna be probably constantly battling, You have to be extremely diligent with your thoughts. And obviously, if you don't have like kids, like, you know, then the path is gonna be way easier. But if you are a parent and you are a chosen one, good luck to you. If you're a woman specifically, good luck to you. Because like, honestly, the guilt and shame comes with the package of parenting for female. And the abuse and all the poverty, and I'm not even, like, all of it comes with it. Just in case if you are in that position, you can email me or something if you need some lift up or guidance or talking things through, just to let you know. So the sadness is the last one you're gonna be chipping through. It's the sadness and the loneliness before you will be able to really deepen up the relationship with the divine to such an extent that it's gonna work through you really seamlessly and flawlessly, and everything just like reorganizes itself. But you have to release the control, because if you are trying to manifest, for example, something specific and it's not coming, that's because no matter what, you have to understand what is there preventing you from actually getting what you want. For example, you know, like the poverty is a big thing. If you were if the entire family lineage was in it and you were 45 years, I don't know, telling yourself that you're broke, or like the underlying unworthiness and lack of value, which is all coming to the surface at the moment. We are talking about values, like the energy update for today is to looking on this, because the loneliness is like really creeping in, specifically over Christmas. You know, there's gonna be a lot of emotional frustration and intellectual frustration as well. We are redefining all the relationships to 3D, whatever it is: food, work, fulfillment, your lifestyle, money, cars, people. How do you celebrate things? The trust is all located in the throat chakra. So if you are on that spectrum of like having the trauma from the primary caregiver on the trust, that's what you're gonna be dealing with, absolutely, for sure. Food, work, fulfillment, your mission. You know, you're gonna be redefining your relationship to your mission, to tradition, to pets, to friends, to family, to who you hang out with, who is good for you, who is not, who is supportive, who is not. And for the chosen ones, you will be asked to walk the path alone. I know. Okay. You have to guard your thoughts right now. It's a big one. Every time there is a thought that is brought, that if you start like hammering about something, first ask yourself if it's yours or if it's not. And then if it's yours, gently redirect your mind to something else. You will have to start doing that. There is a lot of frequencies in the field. The new frequencies are really crazy. Okay, guys, I'll see you next time. This one is kind of creepy from the studio about the chosen ones.